In this video, we're going to look at the idea that quality teaching leads to quality behavior. We'll also be thinking about a bigger question. What does it really mean to be a teacher? Being a teacher is more than a job title. It's about who we are, what we value, and how we act each day in front of our students. Great teachers model kindness, consistency, and respect. They demonstrate the behaviors they expect and reward effort, not just results. Actions speak louder than words. As Ross Green says, kids do well if they can. When behavior is challenging, it's often not about motivation, but missing skills. Skills like problem solving, flexibility, and frustration tolerance. If we treat students as lazy or unmotivated, they'll behave that way. But if we see behavior as a skill gap and work with them to develop those skills, everything changes. Collaborative problem solving, predicting problems, showing empathy, and encouraging students to generate their own solutions leads to remarkable results. Predictability and structure are essential. Remember to greet students warmly, have lessons prepared, and follow a predictable pattern for each lesson. Establish routines with the class, for instance, always having a do now for the class when they come in to help them to regulate. Provide feedback and expect work to be completed. These consistent practices show students that learning matters and that they matter. Classroom culture depends on certain values, respect, honesty, empathy, responsibility, perseverance, and collaboration. Teachers lead by modeling and reinforcing these values daily. Culture is created through what we consistently encourage and reward. Students need to be shown how to succeed. The EDIP model, explain, demonstrate, imitate, reflect, and practice, breaks learning into manageable steps. By slowing down, demonstrating, and giving space for reflection before practice, we can increase understanding and engagement. This approach transforms "don't do that" into "let me show you how." When students learn slowly, being frustrated with them won't help. However, if we show patience, creativity, and flexibility, they feel supported. Every learner is different. By knowing their interests and strengths and by expecting mistakes as part of learning, we create an environment where persistence is possible. Behavior is communication. What we see on the surface, defiance, disruption, or withdrawal, often hides what's underneath: stress, hunger, sensory needs, trauma, anxiety, or a struggle with learning. This is especially true for students with ADHD, whose brains may develop at a different pace. It is our job to realize that students are not one-dimensional, and much lies beneath the surface. Sometimes we will know what is causing the issue. At other times, we will only have a small part of the puzzle. Modern life has reduced resilience. Devices, less play, and disrupted social development mean many students struggle to self-regulate. Like toddlers, some teenagers cannot calm themselves without support. By building strong relationships, routines, and providing predictability in our responses and our teaching, we help them grow. Our brains constantly scan for safety. Students with repeated exposure to stress or trauma often misinterpret neutral situations as threatening. Their brains default to red mode, preparing for danger. Understanding this helps us see their behavior as survival, not defiance. When students are stuck in red brain, the key is safety. Who or what makes them feel calm? Co-regulation strategies, sensory supports, trusted relationships, or physical activity help settle the nervous system, allowing learning to continue. You may want to make a specific plan with a student when they are in green brain and practice it so that when they need it, they respond instinctively. Relationships are the foundation. Rita Pearson said, "Every child deserves a champion, someone who never gives up on them." Students don't learn from teachers they don't trust. Connection, listening, and empathy make learning possible. Without strong relationships, teaching falls short. Believe in the hidden potential of every child and presume competence. Effective teachers are warm demanders, holding high expectations while providing support. Russell Bishop has given us the Teaching to the Northeast model that describes teachers who are warm and demanding. They balance care with challenge, earning the right to expect effort. Students learn best in classrooms that are safe, respectful, and consistent in both expectations and support. As social beings, we are wired to connect. Relationship-based learning acknowledges the cultural knowledge and experiences that students bring. For marginalized students especially, this is transformative. Relationships are not just important, they are fundamental. To build Far-No-like relationships, teachers must be leaders of learning, not transmitters of knowledge. High expectations are paired with positive language. Rules and routines are co-constructed. Students' interests and cultures are valued. Far-No are involved and success is celebrated. In these classrooms, trust and respect flourish. To sum up, quality teaching means structure, consistency, and patience. Quality relationships mean trust, empathy, and high expectations. Together, these create quality behavior. Classrooms where every child feels safe, valued, and ready to learn. Remember, with your basket and my basket, the people will thrive. We are educators. We are born to make a difference.